I'm making a video about advice for first years. So do you have any advice for first year Tuks students?
Have a lot of fun. Work hard, play harder!
Plan your procrastination. While we all have good interests at heart, it's inevitable that you're going to end up postponing work at some point while you're at varsity, oftentimes for weeks at a time. And so if you're going to procrastinate and you want to still be efficient, plan your procrastination. Plan to go out with some friends, grab a coffee, go for a bike ride, go for a walk, getting that outside air again. Or plan to watch a movie, or plan to do something fun. Thomas frankly often talks about scheduling like high intensity fun as opposed to just sitting inside and procrastinating by going on Reddit or YouTube or social media and that, and instead scheduling like fun stuff, like really cool stuff, like going out and doing stuff, or indulging yourself by going for a coffee or going out and seeing a movie or something like that. You know, if you're going to procrastinate, you might as well have fun while doing it. So plan your procrastination. And on the topic of social media, I would highly advise blocking Instagram and YouTube and Twitter or Facebook or whatever social media it is that you use for most of the week while you're at varsity, and then unblocking it just on Fridays briefly to enjoy it and to catch up with the times. Because that constant comparing yourself to other people and watching people do amazing, awesome things on their highlight reels that are their social media pages can have a real negative impact on how you feel about yourself, and that when you're at varsity and just studying all day and sometimes feeling bored and sometimes feeling helpless and that, and just the amount of time wasted as well on YouTube and Instagram is insane. Like, I've actually blocked YouTube on my computer using hosts file. I'll leave a link in the description on how to do that, so that you cannot access YouTube on my computer, because one video is fine, but it's the 10 videos that follow that one video that derail your entire afternoon of work, and then you procrastinated for hours, you haven't done any work, and poof, you fail semester tests. It's happened to me before, because it's very difficult to keep yourself motivated with difficult work, and so I would highly recommend blocking it on your phone, on your computer, everything, and then once a week on like a Friday afternoon when you're chilling and that, install Instagram, post some pictures that you had from the week, catch up with your friends' posts, see what's happening in the world. And I don't miss it, hey, I don't miss checking Instagram every day. It takes some getting used to, but it's definitely better for me, and so I'd really recommend you try this. Equally so, if you're having battle concentrating for long periods of time, Christopher Conroy, my good friend, who's I think the top in engineering at the moment, top in undergraduate, whatever, he's damn clever and an all-around awesome guy, but he taught me the phone in cupboard rule. So when you want to work, take your phone, put it on silent, put it in your cupboard, shut the cupboard and set a timer for an hour and then work. And that, having to get up and get your phone if you want to check it, automatically makes you less likely to get distracted, less likely to look at your phone, check messages and that. And if you work in hour increments like that, you can get an amazing amount of work done. In particular, last week when I was studying for ELI, I did this. And I got through like 8 or 9 hours of like sitting at my desk work in a single day, which is incredible for me. And so, phone in the cupboard method, 100% guaranteed results. So then obviously the biggest tip for academic performance at varsity is doing tutorial problems and past papers. If you can knock out all the tutorial problems for a subject before the semester test and before the exam, that's a great way of learning the processes, learning the way they ask questions, and learning just the way the content is tested in exams and tests and that. And then obviously, in addition to that, do extra problems, read different textbooks if you can, watch different YouTube videos, just expose yourself to as much information about your subject, about your particular module that you're working on at the moment. As all that different information and those different interpretations or explanations of a subject can really make you understand it better when it comes down to it, and when it comes around to the tutorial problem, you'll have a better idea of how to approach it. And so yeah, number one tip for academic performance, do the tutorial problems again and again and again, and it really will help you out. So, if you want to drink half a bottle of whiskey, you can do that, just do it over 2.5 hours. The secret to drinking in varsity is to drink slowly over a long period of time. I've learned this the hard way, and keeping some anti-nausea tablets around is also not a bad thing. But yeah, just drink slowly, drink lots of water, and enjoy your time at varsity. Next tip is to hang out in public places. So lots of people, myself included, tend to hide away when things get really tough and when work gets really crazy and that. And you tend to hide away in your room, try work or procrastinate. But a lot of good things happen when you sit out in public places between lectures and you hang out on the Isle of Grass, because people come past, people go to the coffee shop, people come and say hi. I've met some really cool people this year, both fans of the vlog and just friends and that, literally just sitting outside between lectures, eating a sandwich or having a drink of water and that. And you see people are constantly walking around and doing things and having fun, and you get invited to cool shit, and you make some cool acquaintances by just hanging around outside. So if you're battling to make friends or you're feeling lonely, I would recommend spending a little bit more time outside, because it legitimately helps. And then subsequently with that, go outside. Varsity is a very inside experience, and it can get very stifling and boring, and the lack of oxygen to your brain eventually gets old. So whenever you can, go outside, go for a walk, go see friends in another res or another building and that. Go soak up that vitamin D, because varsity students, we're always talking about mental health and that, but often your physical health is just as important. And so keeping active, going to the gym and that, or just getting your daily steps in every day can be a huge difference to how you feel and that. And then the next tip is to make smart friends. Smart people love to share their knowledge, as it helps them to better understand concepts and that when they re-explain it to you. But also sometimes you're stuck with the inanest, smallest, silliest thing that is just a fundamental small misunderstanding and that your friends can solve so easily. And so make smart friends, talk to the people in your lectures and that, befriend them, make good friendships in that, because those people can help you through course immensely. I would never be able to get through my degree without my insanely smart and helpful friends. Obviously don't be parasitic, like go to your friends after exhausting the textbook and online help and resources and that don't bother or take anyone's time, because you also have to get through the degree yourself. But 100% make smart friends, be friendly and be helpful yourself, and you'll find just that giving and that kindness comes back in so many ways and will definitely help you pass. Often when you're on campus, you'll have a lot of breaks during the day. Like you'll have 3 or 4 hours of lectures and then breaks in between. One of the big secrets of varsity as well is to utilize these breaks for work. So even if you finish lectures at 2 o'clock, picture your varsity day going from 7 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. And if you schedule work in between these times, it's going to make a big difference to your eventual academic performance. Like if you have a break from 8 till 10, 2 hours can easily go by just sitting on the grass, buggering around with your friends. But if you go to the study center and just do a couple of tutorial problems, that can make a huge difference to your eventual performance in an exam or that. Equally so, in the evening when you go back to res, you're going to be unproductive for a couple of hours while you eat dinner, while you're with your friends, or even if you go home when you're with your family and that. And so stay on campus longer if it makes you more productive. I find that I'm not very productive in my room because I get distracted by my computer or food or friends. So I like to just go sit in the study center, even if I finish at like 3 o'clock sometimes, just go sit in the study center for a couple of hours and get some work done, because it's cold in there, everyone's working, everyone's grafting, and it's a great place to stay focused. And then when you go home, you're in a separate place, you can wind down a bit, you can chill a bit. And so lots of people prefer to stay on campus during the day, for the whole day, as it really helps their academic performance. And then in conclusion, enjoy it as much as possible. You're only at varsity for a short time while you're young and learning, and it's just such a great place to experience so many different things, to go out and try things that you never thought you might be interested in, to go to parties because you can always go home early, to say yes to things, to try things, to befriend people from all over the world. I've got friends that are from different African countries and from all over places in South Africa I never would go visit, and then I've gone subsequently with them to visit. My dad has always said to me that varsity is not about the content, really, it's about the people and the connections that you make there. And thinking about my smart friends and the people that I've met that are so motivated and so ready and so willing to go out there and change the world, I can definitely agree with that. Let's say you only use a small part of your course, if any, in the real world. I'm finding that even with my degree more and more, I'm only going to go work in a small little field of computer engineering or of IT or computer science or something. And the skills and the experiences that I have at varsity are also educational and can also teach me lots and can shape me. And so enjoy it as much as possible and have a good time, because it's not going to last forever. And some people do say it is the best of your life, best time of your life. But gotta get back to res now. Thank you for watching, and I'll check you in the next one.
7 more days without your face. lost inside this haze.